Amelia Gething very shortly. We don't know when that's going to happen, but I think she's going to invite us to hers. I'm really not sure. We'll just wait. She might not be live yet. She might just be going live now. Maybe she's late, because that Amelia's always like that. I swear we haven't been live together in quite a while. Probably not. Oh, as in us two? Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Because for some reason I just want to swear at you, and then I remind you. Oh, we're so loud. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
This is very exciting. I feel like we should get closer to the camera now because we're so far away.
I can look back as well.
What's going to Max, honey, Max, stop. What's going through your head? What's swimming through your brain right now?
Well, I've asked all of my family members on Facebook to just, even if they don't want to watch it, just to play it in the background so we get the views up on iPlayer.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to convince the high ups to keep the bandwidth there for the show. You got to get that place stuff.
They don't do that for fun. They don't like us enough. Now, how long did it actually take? Just for anyone wondering, by the way, actually we didn't explain this. Amelia has a brand new show. A brand new series of an existing show called The Amazing Complex, which is the second series. How long did it take you to film that?
Well, I guess the actual filming process was about 7 weeks. So because of Corona, we had to do a week of isolation prior as well. So in the hotel room, which the other cast members, I think, were struggling a little bit with that. So like, I want to see you. I want to see a person in real life. Me, on the other hand, I was loving it. I was just like, I'm just sleeping in. I'm just chilling. I don't have to go out because I'm not allowed to go out. It was very nice. But yes, the filming process took 6 or 7 weeks, and then the writing process prior to that was like a few months beforehand, going through scripts and editing scripts and stuff like that. And then
clear up, you write most. Yeah, you are the writer.
Yeah. So my official title is script supervisor in the thing. So technically, I wrote you guys, being the writers who write me, which I actually write you.
That's the point I was about to bring up. Is that just in case people don't know, is Harvey and I do a couple of the episodes. One mainly, which is episode 3 that I watched this morning on the iPlayer. I have to find the others. Yeah, we're not telling you. Who cares? But yeah, so I was actually quite annoyed, Amelia, because there's another guest supposedly on the show. Please tell me if I'm wrong, and if I'm going like, I'm not going to say that. Pear shape, that's the best way of saying the other version. But you didn't invite us on the day. You invited Mr. Bobby. And
yes, yeah. I'm sorry we had to share the guest spot with you guys, with Mr. Blobby as well. But it was quite, you know what was really funny about working with Mr. Blobby? was like, he would, all he says is Blobby, 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 Blobby. He would like throw out little blobbies when we weren't filming. We'd be like, to the actual guy, we'd be like, are you okay? Like, do you need any water? He'd be like, oh, Blobby, Blobby. And we're just like, okay, cool.
You can't tell him not to. It's find that in Bobby inside him. So he's giving off the best support.
You guys are cutting out just a tiny bit for me. I'm not sure if that's my phone doing so. It's not my phone. You're frozen.
Is this better now? I turned off my.
You, but you're frozen. I don't know if you're frozen for other people.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no!
Such awful. It says I've got good. So I'm gonna go off that and hope that that's okay. Let me check it. Yeah, let me check it on my phone before we continue.
That's okay though. I can do a dance for the people while you're
Thank you so much.
That's all right.
We are frozen as of now. So it turns out I can't actually watch from my account. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, idiot sometimes.
It's
Oh
okay,
no!
I'm doing a dance.
Oh no! Our screen is.
You both
This is-
look very, like, Harvey looks very, like, shocked and confused, and Max looks like he's about to do something evil.
Ha!
In
Right.
the way you guys
So-
are frozen.
Okay. Should we?
Is it frozen just on my phone, or is it frozen? Can you see if it's frozen on yours?
Well, no, we can see ourselves on our phone. But wow.
Do you want to maybe leave and I can bring you back?
Yeah, let's do that. We'll leave. How do I leave without anyone alive?
I can get rid of you.
Yeah,
do
that.
that.
Get rid of us.
Okay,
Please.
I'm gonna get rid of you. Give you guys like 20 seconds to go live again, and then I'll add you.
All right, we'll do that in a bit. Cuz.
Okay, cool. Bye. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm just looking at this, how you invite people. Yeah, I'm just giving Max and Harvey a second before they come back on. If you don't know, this live stream is basically promoting and talking about the show that's just come out today, the Amelia Gething Complex. It's season 2, so season 1 is already up. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if Max and Harvey are back or not. What is your favourite colour? My favourite colour is lilac. Do you support LGBT+? Of course I do. Of course I do. This is so confusing. I'm not quite sure. It says that they're live, but it's not. Do you know what I might do? I might stop and start again, if that's okay. So if everybody who's on here at the moment would just wait around for like 10 seconds, I'm going to stop and start again, if that's okay. All right, I'm going to be back in just a second. Yeah, because I can see that they're live, but for some reason it's not letting me add them. So I might stop and start again and see if that works.
I don't have them. Are they in the email? Why don't you send them on text? Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
What was the song I was
Were they sent on text? Oh, yeah. They're right there. Okay, I got them. So Amelia knows we're ready, at least. That's something.
Oh, Amelia's starting her live again. This is our fault. This is our fault. It's only 10 minutes to be fair. We've still got like another 50 minutes. Oh, my neck. My neck. It's just social media, innit? It's how it works.
And I've restarted.
Epic sound. Well, now. Thank God we're back. And just for anyone who missed it, Amelia Gething, this to my right, left, don't know. And she has a brand new show called Amelia. No, it's not! Brand new. Ow!
Brand new season of the Amelia Gething Complex on BBC iPlayer right now.
Ask anyone to do this. Literally anyone else.
But I wanted to ask you guys because you're my friends, so it's nice.
Okay, I'm gonna behave from now on. For anyone watching this that is like managers. For
anyone who manages.
It's a great series. I've watched most of it. I've watched it. You're just gonna have to ignore that. What would you say is your favorite episode out of 7 episodes?
I think, well, I love them all. obviously. But I think that the episodes get better as the show progresses, and I'm not just saying that because I want you to watch it all, everyone. I'm saying because I genuinely believe that the episodes get better as it goes on. But I think my favorite episode might be episode 7, which is basically an apocalypse episode. So there's lots of apocalypses going on, but there's like multiple. So we have basically a rise up of the extras of the show. They become like sentient, I suppose, and then they kind of take over and they want to steal the show. So that one is fun, and I also like kind of going against what I just said, episode 2, which is politics, which is I become a despotic prime minister and I kind of take over the world. So that's fun, and of course I can't say I don't like episode 3 because that's the one that you guys are in. I actually do like that one because Wallace has an existential crisis, and I love nothing more than giving the characters in the show existential crises. It's
important, yeah.
Yes.
I have a favourite scene that I posted on social media from the other the robots. I love
the robots. It's like the amount of tension that is built up from like basically, if anyone hasn't seen it, we basically have 2 zombie apocalypses going on, so we try and build some robots to kind of fight them, but none of the robots speak English, and every new one that we build speaks a new language until we finally get one that speaks English, and they have to translate it through all the robots. It just goes on for so long, and it's like in different languages, like wabi gay, hey, wabi gay. Like I don't know what language that one was, but it's one of them.
And then the robot falls at the end, and
it's just so anticlimactic. It's just the way he looks so like done. He's like, that's disappointing, and then just end.
It's very good.
It's amazing how you put it all together. We were saying earlier that you obviously are the supervisor, as you sort of claimed is your official title. What percentage of this has come from literally just your brain, and what percentage of it is sort of like from, I guess, real life experience? That actually, like, is any of it sort of like something
not too much?
Well, because it could
be
so a lot of comedians do write about life experiences.
Yeah, I mean, I think what comes from real life experience was the scene where the giant evil rubber duck keeps appearing and disappearing. It's like comes throughout a whole episode, so I've actually had to deal with that for quite a long time in my life. It's been quite distressing having this giant evil rubber duck. Like when I say giant, I mean like the size of a room, popping up wherever I go and then disappearing, and I immediately forget about it. So that's based on real life. And I think majority of the stuff that is in the show, I think, has, I guess, come from, as you say, my brain. It's hard for me to like put an exact percentage on it, but the show is inspired by some of the YouTube sketches that I used to do on YouTube, which is all very surreal and wacky humor. And I guess it's like a whole process for writing. So like I write sketches specifically for certain scenes, but at the same time, the producer and I will go through and kind of we'll make a kind of storyline of like a theme of the episode, like politics, for example, or whatever it may be, and then we'll write sketches for it, take the sketches from the other writers for that episode, and then we'll kind of loop them and intertwine them all together. So I'm kind of like throughout all of it, so it's hard to say.
My brain is just
someone just commented saying what's going on. I'm just trying to explain.
I like the bit because it reminded me of your YouTube in the episode we're in, episode 3, where Amelia plays all of the Amelia family members. But I was caught off guard when there was actually someone else playing your part. I thought it was quite funny, and you were in some like X outfit, like adventure or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very. Amelia died.
Oh no!
I die in every series. I think I die twice in this series. I think I died twice in the first series too. I think I've died a total of 4 times in this series. And it's always written by me. I just kill myself over and over in this thing.
So like, I'm gonna die, and he's like, "What? Why?"
But yeah, no, that scene was actually, that took a whole day to film. So that was one of the days where we had 2 units. And for those who don't know what like having 2 units is on set, it's basically just 2 sets of cameras instead of 1, and you're filming 2 sets of things on the same day, just in 2 different places. So that unit, the unit I was on, was purely for that one scene, because I had to get changed, and you know, like there was a lot because I was playing every character. And I remember it took all day because we were doing a whole process of, instead of just sitting around the table, like I would pour the gravy for each family member, which meant we needed to have someone else's arm pretending to be my arm pouring the gravy. And then because obviously episodes run over and they have to be 18 minutes, we had to cut it down. So we got rid of that whole sequence anyway of the gravy pouring and just have quick shots. And I'm just like, if only we'd known, because that would have saved us so much time in the day. But yeah,
my favorite bit of that, it gets so meta. Amelia is literally holding a camera on a ring, filming Amelia film with the rest of the cast, and I didn't know how like subtly evil Poppy was.
Oh, it's great. It's like, it's kind of developed from season 1. So she was originally supposed to be like the kind, like caring mum of the group. And I think the producer and I just found it so funny having the thought of the one that's actually really kind turning out to be really, really evil. So she's like, she's been to prison, she's done all sorts, like she's buried bodies before, she's had to get rid of the evidence and stuff like that. So I really enjoy that, and just whenever Poppy has a little evil moment, it makes me laugh so much, because also Natalia, who's the girl that plays Poppy, is so lovely and so nice. So the producer and I were just finding it so funny writing all these evil bits into it, like, yeah, let's make her do this. She's pure evil.
And with that, you said as well, because obviously in the first series she was so nice. Are there any other sort of like, big character developments, like with Wallace, for example, and any from series to series?
Yeah, so I think so Poppy has obviously gone from being nice on the outside and I guess on the inside to revealing the kind of evil intentions she has on the inside, even if she comes across as so nice. Whereas with Vinny, who's the other character, who in the original pitch when we did the pilot, they're supposed to kind of play the angel and devil on my shoulders. They're like angel and devil versions of my personality. And Vinny was supposed to be like the rebel one that doesn't care about the rules and is like, you know, a bit evil and mean. But she's actually done a flip around as well. So Vinny is actually secretly nice but has the hard exterior, and Poppy is the pleasant, nice, friendly exterior with an evil background. So they've kind of done a swap. And Wallace, I guess, has just become more... So Wallace's character is technically supposed to be very fictional. It's very like meta. And he, I think, just is becoming... sounds so bad. He's like supposed to be the wacky sitcom character. He's just becoming more and more depressed as the series goes on, because he's realizing that he's not real and he's just made up in the script, and he realizes that his family are obviously you guys, or his like parents, I suppose. He just realizes that he's just a fictional character devoid of agency, being written by an uncaring group of people that he's never even met, and that's fun. And I guess my character has just become more self-obsessed and vain and evil, actually. So I was evil and self-obsessed in season 1, but I'm even more so in season 2.
And you must have a favourite line throughout the whole of the series.
No.
Like, surely there was one line that you wrote and went, yeah, this is the money maker. This is the one that
There's more than one. Can I tell you a few?
Go for it.
So one of my favourite lines from season 2 is "Release the Gibbons," because that is said, I think, a handful of times throughout the whole series. I can see you getting excited throughout the whole series. It's just, I don't know why. It's just like, why does anyone have to release Gibbons? Like, I don't know, it just makes me laugh, and everybody says it. Like, it doesn't matter who the character is, everybody has Gibbons to hand that they'll just release on anyone, and you just hear them going crazy. And so they only ever chase people to Stoke-on-Trent, of all places. And it's just like,
wait, what was that? Sorry.
So the Gibbons will always chase you to Stoke-on-Trent. Which is, for those of you who don't know, it's just somewhere in England, a random place in England, and the Gibbons will always chase you to Stoke-on-Trent.
I love that. Is so we got the scripts for when we were filming.
Yeah.
And I saw that line in there. Is going to be incredible. Like just the fact of taking part in the scene where Amelia releases the gibbons. I saw that line.
Whatever that was.
My favourite line of the whole. Oh,
I love that one. And also, there's quite a few that I like. I'm just trying to remember them off the top of my head now. I like that one. I like something that I say quite often throughout season 1 and 2 is Top Banana. And the reason I like it is because it's kind of like it's self-referential. What's the word I'm trying to think of?
It's not going to help you. We're just going to sarcastically clap until you get it.
Self-referencing itself, because it's basically it's been made as to be a catchphrase for my character, but the kind of whole point of it is it makes my character actually less in depth. I don't know, it's a bit backwards. I don't know how to explain it. It's like every time I say it, I realise like how in depth my character is and how sad the world is and everything is depressing, and then I kind of go into a little bit of an existential crisis on my own, and then everything goes back to normal because everyone ignores me. I like that one too. I like all the dark ones. I think season 2 is a lot darker than season 1.
Yeah, no, I definitely love that about that. One of the funniest things for us while we were filming, obviously a lot of our scenes were, well, pretty much all of our scenes were dungeon based, which was quite funny too.
Yes.
But then the other thing behind the scenes that was really funny to me was that while we were all sort of with each other, because obviously you guys were staying with each other whilst on set. We weren't staying with you guys because we were only there for a day. So we sort of had to keep our distance. And there was a lovely man who was basically just making sure that we didn't get like within sort of 2 meters of each other or whatever. And he would literally like, no.
I was shocked that he didn't have a little spray water bottle to like.
Yeah, he was doing it to everyone, like, because obviously, I mean, everyone was actually really good at, like, we didn't have one single corona case throughout filming, which was great. Everyone was really good, but there are times where you kind of don't realise that someone's close and you just come in and be like, stand back! Everybody move away!
What was it?
You don't want anyone to die.
Lord of the Rings, or whatever his name is. Maybe not. Maybe The Hobbit. You shall Gandalf. He was like he genuinely.
Max doesn't know who Gandalf is, and we got given face shields that we had to hold in front of our face. We kept so much that they actually gave us like made ones that we just had to wear around our head so that they were like faces.
I would always be putting my face shield down in places because obviously I can't hold it while I'm filming, and I just forget where I put it, and I'll be walking around like this going, where's my face shield? I need my face shield, because I don't want to breathe on anyone. But we would also get tested every week, so I mean, you never know, but I was fairly confident I didn't have it, and still haven't.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. No one's got it. So with the series, obviously, you know that I haven't made my whole way through it yet. Admittedly, it came out today.
It's really just come out. I wouldn't have expected you to.
Watch it now.
I haven't even watched it yet.
You know the whole thing.
Well, I've seen all the rough cuts, and I've seen 2 episodes last night on our Zoom screening, but I haven't seen the series in fully edited. I'm doing that after this. I'm watching it this evening with my friends and stuff like that, and it's gonna be very fun. I'm gonna get some champagne.
Yeah, yeah. We're allowed to talk about that now because we're 18, so that's
drink champagne.
Yeah. Also, TikTok has an older audience now. We can talk about drinking. It's okay.
Was just theory, because obviously you mentioned it earlier that if you watch the series through, it gets progressively, it makes more sense. I guess. Would you be able to watch one episode on its own and that still makes sense on its own?
To be honest, I think majority of it you could probably watch on its own and it would make sense. There might just be the odd thing that's referring to something, but I think nothing would be so such a big thing that you wouldn't understand what's going on. I mean, you're not going to understand what's going on anyway. The whole show is very wacky. But I think if there were to be one episode that's you could watch as a standalone, maybe episode 2, episode 3, or episode there's a Christmas episode which is good. That's just about Christmas, so that one's, I think, actually majority of them you could watch standalone if you wanted, but watching it in order is good and better because you can get the little Easter eggs and stuff that like refer to season 1 or future things in season 2 or past things in season 2.
And just in case people that are watching wanted to know where to get it, you can go on the BBC iPlayer, and if you're not from the UK, can't watch it. We get a VPN, get a VPN.
Maybe one day.
Don't tell them we told you that. And also, just a little, there's not really much better time to say it. We actually filmed an episode, and it was quite an interesting episode because we haven't told you guys yet, but who cares? It's the very last ever episode of Phone next week that Amelia films with us. We talked all things, what's it?
Amelia
Getting
What's that show called? I keep forgetting.
Yeah. So we've got no more FOMO after next week. We don't know if it'll ever come back, but it's the final one. So make sure you go watch that.
One question I do have about the show, which is definitely an original question and not something that I just read off my phone. What is the story behind the costume for this series? Because they are incredibly wacky and there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Okay, so basically the whole show is kind of like a live action cartoon. So same as season 1, we basically all wear the same outfit throughout the whole series, and that's also for other reasons, like because it's a sketch show where we play all the characters, like to help differentiate from being the main character, the main like primary cast, to playing some random wacky character. So it's kind of for that. And also, I think the whole series has quite a periodic feel to it in a way. Like the set, the house, the flat is very, very 70s, and I think my costumes are quite 60s inspired. They're not 60s to a T, but they're very 60s in a way, with a cartoony twist on it. And then Vinny's main like costume is very 90s, I would say, 90s grunge, and Poppy's is very hippie, and like, you know, I feel like hippies are often portrayed as quite nice and peace giving and that kind of thing, which is great because he's evil. And then Wallace's character is just 80s inspired, and it's like a kind of wacky comedy sitcom trope. So he's got a very colourful, wacky T-shirt with matching trousers. And his costume's always sort of the same because he's just a creation of the show, and he's not a real person.
So is he like that, or is it just that that's his storyline that he found out that he's a creation of the show?
One more time. Sorry.
I know it's a weird question, but is Wallace the only one that, in theory, is a creation of the show, and the rest of you are real, or is that?
I suppose so. I think if anyone, it's hard to say because we refer the fact that I am writing the show all the time and that they are just the characters. However, Wallace's character is the only one that is like aware that he's fictional. But I think I don't know what's going on in this show. He's the most, well, the rest of them, like the other fictional guy is fictional, I guess.
Something else about Wallace. I remember having this conversation, and I might have just made it up in some weird sort of dream. But does Wallace, does he change accents throughout the show, or is that just in real life?
Well, the actor that plays Wallace, his name's Alex. He's actually Welsh, and he has a Welsh accent, but it's not super thick. But I think there are times where he meets his mum, or who he thinks is his mum in the show, and she's obviously Welsh as well, and his accent comes out a bit more. But besides that, it kind of remains the same, unless he's playing another character, but that's not Wallace, that's just another...
I think he mentioned his Welsh accent out more for the show. I think that's what it was.
He kind of accentuates it for the show, but he doesn't sound as Welsh, I think, in person when you're talking to the actor.
Yes.
The actor rather than the character.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm just looking at this just in case we missed anything. Oh yeah, actually, was there anything, because we only got to be in the studio that you filmed in, but I was clips, and you filmed in like this cafe, for example, and you filmed in loads of other places that did not look like they were filmed in that studio. So
Yeah.
how many locations were there?
Well, so we did the location filming was in the first week, and that was majority like in like a sort of town hall area or anything that was involved without being outside. But the cafe was actually in that studio. It was just a different part of the studio, so that was all a set build.
Right.
Even though it doesn't look like it, I think it looks very real, even though it's very wacky still. That is, yeah, I think majority of it is set build, because when you guys were there, you were in the writer's dungeon and there was the main flat set, and I think that was kind of it while you guys were there. But
yeah,
we basically had lots of sets coming up and getting taken down as we were filming throughout the whole thing. So like there was a hospital set, a bathroom set, there were 2 sets.
I think there was a bedroom there as well.
Yeah, all coming up and going down as we process filming. All the bedroom scenes, and then they get that set down and build the bathroom, and then with the bathroom, do the bathroom scenes, and so on. So majority film set in cafes, well, the outside shots, anything that looks like it might be town hall.
Right, that makes sense. So I was actually quite impressed, because I thought, oh, maybe they have just rented out a cafe, because it really does look like outside.
Yeah, it really does.
TV magic.
Yeah, exactly. Whoa.
Did you have a specific like one scene that was just your favorite scene to film? It doesn't necessarily have to be like the funniest one or whatever, but one that you had the most fun filming.
Oh, let me think about that. I quite enjoyed. Oh, there's so many. Oh no, okay, I have the best one. So I very much enjoyed in the 5th episode is the Christmas episode, and it's accidental, but we do murder Santa at the very start of the episode, accidentally.
Yeah.
And that was really funny to film because so the guy that was playing Santa, obviously we couldn't get the real one, but yeah, so he obviously was not in our bubble for filming, so when he basically collapses on the kitchen counter and we're all gathered around him, but because we couldn't be that close to him in real life because of corona, we had to get this dummy laying there, and we're basically all just crying over this dummy. It's like really panicky, and we're like, oh my god, we just murdered Santa in like our Christmas episode, like the first 20 seconds of Christmas episode. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? And that was really fun to film. And I think the second favorite, actually no, I'm gonna make this my new top favorite, was filming any scenes with the goose. There's like this golden goose, and the guy, the puppeteer that was doing it, he was like hiding under the table so you couldn't see him at all, and he was chatting to us through the goose, and he was always in character, and it was really like realistic, and it was really fun because he's really funny. He's the guy that does Hacker Dog, you know Phil.
I was about to say, was it Phil?
Yeah, it was Phil.
I thought you would have said that earlier to us because we love Phil, but you,
Yeah.
yeah. So I heard the voice and went, is that Phil? But then it's such a character, because he normally does a similar voice, but it does have a grasp of Phil.
Yeah, he was so funny. Like Phil is just so funny. I've always thought so. He's made me crease on live TV.
Yeah,
like I literally lost my shit. It was just like it was it was so funny. It was like, pardon?
He whispers so much nothingness to you before you do anything like live. And
you know what it was? So I was on Saturday Mashup, and he was playing like a giant T-Rex, like it was really big, but it was just the neck and head poking out from behind the set. But he was mentioning to me beforehand that it was annoying because the neck didn't move, so the T-Rex was always looking up because he couldn't move it to look down at us. So when we started filming on live TV, he was doing all his lines and stuff, but he kept adding in like, "Oh, I won't look at you. I won't look at you." And I did so I was like, "It's because you can't. It's because you physically can't."
If anyone like that's ever working in TV has the pleasure of working with that man, it is one of the most amazing experiences. He is.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's so entertaining.
He's been doing it for about Hacker. He's been Hacker for 10 years.
CBBC can't fire him.
They can't.
Yeah.
too much of an icon.
He's so good, and he was so funny playing the goose. Like it was so funny because it's just like he has to have this like death scene. Basically, to sum up the show, everyone just dies all the time, and everything's just death.
Course,
But in a comedy show, in a funny way. And yeah, like he has to die because he squeezes this like golden egg out, but the goose is like this big, and the egg is like this big, and he's like, it's gonna really hurt to get this out of me because it's twice the size of me, and I'm guessing he doesn't have that much room, I suppose. And it was just so funny because it just like pops out and he just dies, and then we bury him, but he comes back to haunt us.
Well, I'm gonna have to watch it to make that make sense. Amelia,
yes.
I'm gonna real quick. So you know how our family work, and give me that sign right now. Try and on the live stream. Throw on a piece of paper on McDonald's.
Sorry, Amelia, I didn't want to interrupt.
Get out!
Hello.
Yes,
You going to
was
McDonald's?
Thank you. Yes. No, do you want McDonald's here?
Yeah, can I please get... Oh no, I'm vegetarian now. Oh no.
Well, she'll have a salad. They do like you can have a lettuce wrap.
I literally, my dad got a KFC for the family the other day, like a takeaway, and I literally had to get a salad from KFC. And I was just like, this is... Like, I like being vegetarian, but I don't like it when we have a takeaway from KFC, because I'm like, well, what am I supposed to have as a salad? I
didn't realise KFC did salad. He's ordering. I promise I'm going to have to answer you in a minute, because I can't do this right now. Don't just wait. I'm not going to text her in the middle of it.
Just text her. Tell her what you want from McDonald's.
No, it's fine. We'll carry on. We'll be professional. It's all gone. There's no.
Okay. I have a question for you guys.
Oh no.
You can say on the live stream, if you were to be getting a McDonald's, what would you order right now? Go. I'm ready.
I can't know because someone's going to get angry.
I've already ordered.
I don't know what's on the menu.
I'll carry on talking to you.
Okay.
But yeah, I saw
Hello,
a lot.
Max.
Hello, Amelia.
I saw a lot of. Look, now Harvey's gone. We can come up close like this, and he won't tell us off.
Exactly. I saw a lot of people earlier get quite upset that I mentioned that it's going to be the last episode of FOMO. And, I'd say it's a privilege for you to be in the last one, but it's really not. But we loved having you there. And yeah, it is exciting, though sad. I'm sure we'll be posting more about it when it comes to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on Tilly's birthday. We didn't tell you that. It airs on
actually.
Birthday. Yeah. So all fun and stuff. But don't worry, we will be replacing it with other content. Don't you worry, guys. We're not just gonna not do FOMO and not do anything. Don't that's it. We're done with FOMO. We're done with everything. Max and Harvey.
We're wrapped. We're retiring early.
We've got loads planned, Amelia. We've got podcast.
Yeah, we're gonna attack you in person. Not for any content.